The biggest thing about Onagi show is always the standard.
Yeah.
We've always set the standard to a point that everybody who is part of the show feels they have done their best in a way. From the crew, to the artists, to the audience, to the sponsors, to the hosts, to the venues. I think that is where now my brand grew bigger than before. So one of the elements that built the brand was the Luo Nation, because I focused on Luo content.
Yeah. Niaje watu wangu wa nguvu, welcome again to another episode of the GCT, of course with Faith Ogal. Thank you for tuning in, and as always guys, it's always pleasure having you here. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to Virones TV. Wow, today I'm extra happy. Maneno zinanienda, and guys, today on the show we are having one and only, this man amechukua the Luo comedy industry with a storm, and we are chilling with one and only Simy Kenya. We will get to know more about him, what he does, and everything about him. All right guys, let's do this.
Yes.
Niaje Simy?
Fazana.
Inakuwa
mingi.
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good. Kukupata imekuwa ngumu.
Hapana, see we are here.
Yeah.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I'm happy. First of all, I must be happy because I'm sitting next to a beautiful lady. How can I be sad?
Yeah.
I have to feel good. Yes. And how are you feeling?
I mean, mimi niko kwa binguni sasa na prepare.
So I'm feeling good. We are happy that we are here.
Yeah.
And we thank God for life. Yes.
Okay, salimia watu wangu.
Oh, thank you so much guys. My name is Simy Kenya. Kwa wale wanijui, unajua mimi si celeb sana. So,
really?
Kwa wale wanijui, mimi naitwa Simy Kenya. I'm an artist, an entertainer, and a media personality. Of course, I also do what she does. And I'm happy that she's doing it. So from wherever you are, subscribe to her YouTube channel, that is Virones TV, Virones TV. Subscribe and make it blow and get her. Right now you're heading to 2,000, right?
Yeah, sure.
Get her to 2,000, to 5,000, to 10,000, so that she can be the leading female content creator from the lakeside.
Amen.
Yes.
And so today the interviewer gets to interview
Definitely.
the interviewee.
Yes.
How are you feeling about this whole Onagi show thing?
Onagi is big. We thank God that it picked. Actually, we've only done Onagi show 5 times. 5 times? Yes. And this is the 6th show.
And we're already in such a big hall.
Yes. We thank God that it is happening.
Yeah.
These were just dreams some years back that we never knew would one day be accomplished in any way. Yeah. And we thank our fans who loved and picked up the show from day one. Yeah. Yes.
And what made you come up with the Onagi show thing?
Onagi show, you see, before back then, we used to do a show called the Antolu Comedy Show. Yeah. So when COVID came, we stopped and started doing online content, like the one now you are doing. Yeah. And the talk show with Simy Kenya came, and then during that time, it became so big that I think that is where now my brand grew bigger than before. So one of the elements that built the brand was the Luo Nation, because I focused on Luo content. Yeah. That is the interviews. I used to interview Luo celebrities because they never used to have national platform. Yeah. Yeah. Unapata, maybe if you looked at something like Bonga na Jalas at that time was also there. And the national TV interviews, they were not giving that platform for the Luo people.
To our people. And I see you going mashinani.
Yes. So that is when when it started, and when it started we picked up and we realized that our Luo people loved it. Yeah. So when COVID ended, the issue of social distancing and all that, we said, this is what we used to do before. In as much as the online is doing well, we also have to go back to the people and do something where we bring our people together. And then we said the Antol look was not more of Luo touch. But then since the Luo has built our brand and we are so attached to them, let us give them something that relates to them. And that's how Onagi came. And
how was the reception?
Reception was good. The first show was in Nairobi. I think it was on 2nd December last year. That is when we did the first show. And we never expected it to be that big, so it worked. So when we did the first show, at that time we had never planned that we would do the show outside Nairobi.
Yeah, you were just in Nairobi.
Yeah, we just said, okay, sisi hao watu wetu wa Nairobi tutavumilia na wao wakuje to check every first Friday of the month. So when we did the first show in Nairobi, it sold out. The second show sold out. The third show sold out. Then we say now the fourth show, let's try it outside Nairobi. That is when we went to Kisumu on 7th of April.
And I remember we were there and the turnout was massive.
Yes. The Kisumu people welcomed us. They made me feel like my years that I spent in Kisumu were not wasted. They made me feel like I was home. And they came to support what they started years back. So when that happened, we went back to Nairobi because wametuvumilia like 3 times. You remember? We started with them. So we went back in May, and then we said, you know, if you mention Luo Nyanza, you can never mention Luo Nyanza without mentioning Baba. And wherever Baba is, Baba comes from Siaya County. That's why you called Siaya Kababa. And we said, tulienda Kisumu kwa sababu kila Mjaluo anajulikana atoka Kisumu. Lakini uwezi kuwa Mjaluo bila kutambua Baba. So we said the next show we are taking to Kababa. That's why we are here today.
So umekuja kwa Baba.
Yes.
And what are you expecting today?
A big one. It's we expect a big show today. Actually, this is the first show that we can say that we've targeted a bigger audience. Because in Kisumu the target was big, but they surpassed it. So at some point we felt that we never gave them what they expected.
And people were like, can we just get out of here?
Find
another place.
Yes. By 8 p.m. that place was
full. Yes. I remember.
And the same thing will happen here today. By 8 p.m. you will be here and you will know that Siaya people love what has been brought to them. So
but
we expect a big show
inwardly,
today.
I feel like the place that had already kidogo.
Are you sure?
For real?
We hope so. But we know it's going to be big. If you look at the arrangement, you know, one thing about Onagi show is the standard. The standard
you have stated, Ujaluo ni gharama
kabisa. Like you see right now, we are sitting at the VIP. You feel like you are at home. Watching your TV, yet you are at a show watching people perform.
And I'm seeing you there.
Yes. So that is the most handsome man from our village.
Remember, we are in Siaya and we have the most handsome man. So vurugu zitaanza.
The only handsome man from Siaya alikuwa anaitwa. No, Siaya don't have handsome men. That's why they are Mr. Siaya. It's not from Siaya. Do you know that?
It's from
Homa Bay. It's called Omwanda Wurinyaseme. Unamjua? Huyo ndio Mr. Siaya.
Himself actually alikuwa kwa show yako and I heard him saying that.
Huyo ndio Mr. Siaya. Na si eti ni wanaenda uchaguzi kuchagua, no. Alishinda mara 7 mpaka wakamwachia, wakasema wewe mpaka ile siku utakufa wewe ni Mr. Siaya. So
natakuwa hapa tonight.
Definitely that is
you'll get to see him, the most handsome man in Siaya.
Yes, Mr. Siaya. Life Mr. Siaya.
So ni unampea compare hapa?
No. Mimi namshinda juu mimi anatoka huko kwetu. Nilimshinda akakuja ku contest huku. Ange contest huko nikiwa uhai. Definitely ningemnyorosha. So Siaya, we expect a bigger show, but like I was telling you, if you look at Onagi show, the biggest thing about Onagi show is always the standard. We've always set the standard to a point that everybody who is part of the show feels they have done their best in a way, from the crew to the artists to the audience to the sponsors to the hosts to the venues. Like if you see where we are right now at Distinction, you can feel the ambience, the class that is here. Even if someone pays 1,000 shillings to sit here, it's not wasted.
Actually, you feel no less.
Definitely. And you see, VIPs, hapa mbele is already fully reserved.
Fully. Tunaanza hapa tukienda nyuma.
These are reserved because hawa watu wako na hawa.
Wako na hawa.
So we are talking about the 3rd row going this way.
So what do you mean? Nikitaka kukaa VIP, I have to book a month earlier?
Not definitely a month earlier, but early enough. Yes. So, but we are going to make sure that all is sorted and everyone is well catered for in a way that is going to make them feel satisfied for their money. Yes.
And so far distribution ya comedians ikoaje, and how are you getting to work with them?
We really thank God that we have the best comedians on the show, because at some point we do visit other shows for comparison and for competition purposes and also for growth. because you cannot grow if you don't learn. So sometimes we just go out there to learn, see how other people are doing it, and see what they have that we don't have, where we can adjust. But we've realized that so far so good. It is them who should come to learn from us. Yes, because we have a lot that they don't. We have very funny our comedians are the funniest, very, very funny. You've been part of Onagi show. You can sit here from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Actually, ikiisha we are like, no.
People are always there. Hakuna siku watu wamewahi toka show wakacha show ikiendelea. So we thank God for the comedians, and they have always given us easy time, and we also give them our best in terms of appreciation and making them feel part of Onagi family, because Onagi show, just from the name, it's not an individual show. Tunaweza sema maybe the idea ni ya Simy, but show si ya Simy.
Show ni ya one.
Because ingekuwa show ya Simy tungesema Simy show. But it is Onagi show. So it's for the entire Onagi nation.
And everybody, and actually umesema Wamor Kanyakla.
Wamor Kanyakla.
So it's a whole family.
Yes, it's a whole family. Not a Amor Kenda. Yes.
And I remember tukiwa Kisumu, you know, when tulikuwa tunaongea na watu and people were like, the distribution, you know, it's comedy, you should include music and model. Sijika ili kufikia, and can we expect something of the sort?
You see, one thing that when you are building something, you need to focus on is 3 things. When you are building, like you see right now, you are doing this show. You need to focus on 3 things. 1 is the niche. 2 is the originality. And 3 is the identity. What identifies you? What is your originality? And what is your niche? That will define you, so that people can easily understand what you are doing. You understand? So if we want to say that we want to do everything, then tomorrow you want to tell people, even if I ask you, what about Onagi show? You want to tell me, oh, it's a show that is with modeling, music, comedy, then what are you saying? You have to have a particular niche that you take as a brand. Use it to build your identity and create or be original about it. So Onagi show is about comedy. It's a comedy show. And being a comedy show, definitely, comedy, we cannot just perform the whole night. We need icebreakers. We need those 2 small promotions, advertisements. We also need these, how do we call it? The music moments. So that's why we always entice it with music. Every Onagi show, there is always a musician. If not, there is a DJ. You understand? Because the reason we are doing that, we might not be able to accommodate all musicians on our show. But at least when people come and sit here, let's say 1,000 people, 2,000 people, or even 500 people seated, and a DJ plays a song, have we not promoted that song?
You have.
Yes. So that is also a way of promoting our artist. It's not that we don't want to have musicians on the show. We don't want to make it a music show. No, it's a comedy show that is just enticed with music and general content. But the main identity of Onagi show is comedy. Yes.
And where are you seeing Onagi show in the next, let me say, 5 years? Bigger than you can imagine.
Can you, do you see where Onagi show is in 6 months? This is where it is in 6 months. Now multiply that. How many months are there in a year?
Actually 5 years Dimbali.
Yes.
I should even say like 1 month.
1 month.
The next show is a big one.
So you see, what we have right now is half a year. Now multiply it by 2. You get what we will have in a year. Then multiply it by 5. You get what we will have in 5 years.
I can't imagine that.
Yes. So that is what we will have in 5 years time. Very big. It will be a TV show, and one of the biggest comedy shows to watch all over. Yes.
And for someone who is watching and like, hey, Onagi ile siwezi fika, and he or she is a comedian, I don't know kufika kuperform Onagi show, and require nini?
Just talent.
Nothing
else.
And I'm here una perform.
Definitely. Because some people think that Onagi show is about having established comedians or people who are celebrities. Let me tell you, since this show started, we've had more than 5 comedians who have done their first stand-up comedy on Onagi show. Hawajawai perform mahali.
Wow.
They performed their first stand-up comedy show up on Onagi show. And right now, they are bigger than you can imagine.
Yeah.
Can you know that OJ Iwodala performed this first comedy show kwa Onagi show?
Wow.
And you can see what he's doing right now.
Right now mpaka watu wamebadilishia jina ni
Mbalamwezi, you see? So everybody, Ajwang Jr., we've had Lulu Wilson performed our first stand-up comedy. Kasongo performed this first stand-up comedy here. So we've had so many people.
Yeah.
Yes. So the only thing you need to perform on this show is just talent.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
And if kuna kitu you really appreciate is talent. I don't know why. I remember even in Kisumu you were like, every content creator ataingia ndani free, and people were like, wow. Yeah,
because you see, content creators, like whatever you're doing here, if you come to interview me, I may have more followers than you have.
Yeah.
But you being here is not only to your advantage. It may also be to my advantage. Do you know kuna mtu anakujua na anijui?
Sure.
And that is it. So you build by coming together. The moment you start going ways, the moment you start hating. I told you the other day, I think when you people were at the airport, when I was coming to Kisumu, I told Kisumu content creators that the only thing you need is unity. You can only be moving if you are united.
Yeah.
If you are never united, moving becomes a stress because it's crazy to move when people are not in good terms. So the only thing you need to do is to uplift each other, build each other, give each other platform, help where you can, ask where you need, and then life continues. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
Anyway, Simy, one last word as we welcome people to Onagi show. Gibi Wamor Kanyakla.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I can say is that the best place you can always find good times every first Friday of the month is Onagi show.
Yeah.
Yes. Whichever place we'll be going, you can always find your time. There are people who are traveling from Nairobi to come to this show. We have people who have traveled from Kisumu, across Nyanza regions. Some have even come from, when we were in Kisumu, some even came from Mombasa. We even had 2 people who came from Qatar to come and attend the Onagi show in Kisumu. So we appreciate them.
Yeah.
Because it's a bigger sacrifice that we can't just let go. We can't take for granted. So we wish to thank everyone who has been part of the show, and we welcome them each and every first Friday of the show to be part of this great movement. Yes.
Yeah, and I know people will for sure come.
No, they have always come. They don't have an option.
Hakuna option.
Yes.
Hakuna kuhepa.
So
sisi tuko ready, mtuwe, sisi tunataka kukufa leo, tutakufa kesho.
Have you seen them dancing here? Those guys are funny. They are going to this tonight. This place is going to be lit. They are very funny and they are very well prepared for Siaya because you know Siaya is one place that we've always wanted to come. So this is historic.
Yeah.
Whatever is going to happen today is a history that we are writing.
Yeah.
And we also have our artists from Siaya. Actually, the first segment will be hosted by Siaya, an MC from Siaya. We also have few artists from Siaya. Utiena Loka, who is performing here tonight, is from Siaya.
Wow.
So we also have people from around who
Yeah.
are also part of this show tonight. And we thank God that we are able to work together and make it big.
Yeah.
And we are ready to make history tonight.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Najua uko busy, bado mnakimbia up and down.
Yeah.
Tutakacha up tena kwa red carpet.
Haina shida. Kama kawaida.
Yeah.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate and may God bless you.
Okay.
May this channel grow and become the best that it deserves. Asante
Amen.
sana. Yes.
Anyway guys, that was it, all said and done with Mr. Simy. Tumebaki ni kufanya tu subscription na tumemaliza, and please come to Onagi show Wamor Kanyakla every first Friday of the month. Amani ajawase. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We meet on the next episode.